Let's take the national prayer, second stanza of the national anthem. O God of creation, direct our noble cause, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know, in love and honesty to grow, and living just and true, great lofty heights attain, to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. Thank you. You may have your seats, please. The National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria was established by Decree 67 of 1979, now cap N59, Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004. It's a body corporate with perpetual succession and a common seal. Its function includes, amongst others, certifying examinations and award of degrees and honors. And that is the reason why we're here today. At the 121st Governing Board meeting held on the 24th of July, year 2020, the virtual component of all programs of the college was approved, which means that this convocation, despite it being virtual mainly, is legit and has full recognition as a full physical convocation. So whatever we do today goes into the annals of history as part of the legitimate duties and functions of our college. Based on this, it's my singular honor and privilege to invite the college president, Professor Musa Muhammad Barodo, MD, FMCP, PNMC, to declare the convocation open.
I declare the convocation open for the conferment of Doctor of Medicine and Fellowship of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria.
His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, the Executive Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, the Deputy Governor of Borno State, Alhaji Umar Usman Kadafur, Senator Abba Kyari, Honorable Minister of State for Health, Dr. Senator Adeleke Onorimbe Mamora, Honorable Minister of Education, Malam Adamu, Honorable Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Mr. Muhammad Musa Bello, members of the Governing Board and Senate of National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria, Chairman, Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, Dr. Abba Waziri Hassan, OON, Executive Secretary, Nigerian Universities Commission, Professor Abubakar Adamu Rashid, MNI, MFR, Vice Chancellors here present, Chief Medical Directors of Teaching Hospitals present, Principal Officers of National Postgraduate Medical College, past Presidents of our college, distinguished Fellows of the National Postgraduate Medical College, our distinguished convocation lecturer of today, Professor Sam Ohai-Gulam, representatives of sister postgraduate medical colleges, Presidents of Nigerian Medical Association, Dr. Innocent Uja, President of Medical and Dental Consultant Association, Dr. Fito Makanjuola, and leaders of other professional organizations, my lords, spiritual and temporal, traditional rulers, our dear fellows of the college, our esteemed categories of convokees of this occasion, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the governing board, I want to welcome you all to this convocation ceremony. It's also my singular honor and privilege to invite the college president, Professor Musa Muhammad Berodo, MD, FMCP, PNMC, to address the convocation. Mr. President.
President's address at the 39th 2021 Convocation of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria, taking place by a hybrid of virtual and physical presence on the 16th September 2021 at the college premises in Ijanike, Lagos. His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Lagos State, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulum, His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Borno State, Alhaji Usman Kodafar, distinguished Senate Chairman on Health Committee, and other senators here present, particularly Senator Abubakar Kyari, the Honorable Chairman, House Committee on Health, Honorable Minister of Health of State, Senator Mamora, Honorable Minister of Education, Malam Adamu, Honorable Minister of the FCT, Alhaji Muhammad Musa Bello, members of the Governing Board and Senate of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria, Chairman of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, the Executive Secretary, NUC, Vice Chancellors, Chief Medical Directors of teaching hospitals, and Medical Directors of Federal Medical Centers, Principal Officers of the National Postgraduate Medical College, in person of the Vice President, the Treasurer, and the Registrar, past Presidents of the College, my Lord Spiritual and Temporal, distinguished and honorary Fellows of the College, the Convocation Lecturer, representatives of sister postgraduate medical colleges, Presidents of NMA, MD Khan, and NARD, traditional rulers, my dear Fellows of the College, our esteemed honorary as well as non-honorary convokees of this occasion, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege, honor, and pleasure on behalf of the Governing Board, Senate, past Presidents Forum, and all Fellows of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria to welcome you all to the 2021 convocation ceremony of the college, taking place today, the 16th of September 2021, by a hybrid of physical and virtual participation, as was the 2020 ceremony, this time occasioned by the third wave of the Delta variant of COVID-19 pandemic that still ravages the world despite the introduction of the COVID vaccine. We have learned to accept and work with it, at least for the time being the new normal. The third wave of the pandemic. It is sad to note that the third wave of the COVID-19 pandemic from the Delta variant is still disrupting socio-economic life of the world to varying degrees from one region to another. As shown by research work presented at the recently concluded ASCAP of the college in Kaduna, the acceptability of the COVID-19 vaccine is far from being satisfactory in Nigeria, even among health workers. Accordingly, we urge government to further step up public awareness campaign on the issue while we continue, as we have done previously, to advocate and appeal to the general public, including health workers, to continue to embrace universal preventive precautions of wearing masks, hand hygiene, and maintenance of social distance as the case may be. Meanwhile, college continues to recognize and commend the effort of frontline health workers, in many instances led by fellows of this college in the fight against the pandemic. The 2021 Convocation. This convocation would see the award of 1 distinguished fellowship, 2 honorary fellowships, 309 fellowships by examination from 16 faculties of the college, 15 foundation fellowships from the Faculty of Emergency Medicine, and 88 postgraduate MDs by publication. While late Dr. Stella Adadebo, a fellow of the College in Internal Medicine, is being awarded a distinguished fellowship of the college posthumously for her dedication to medical duty that costed her her life, but in so doing saved Nigeria an epidemic of Ebola virus in 2014. The other 2 distinguished personalities are recognized for college's honorary fellowship award for distinguishing themselves in leadership, administration, captainship of industry, and philanthropy that have impacted positively in no small way in the educational, socio-economic, and health status of a large number of Nigerians. Accordingly, while I recognize Dr. Stella Adadebo posthumously, allow me to welcome and congratulate Alhaji Dr. Al-Hassan Aminu Dantata and His Excellency Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, the Executive Governor of Borno State, for their important achievements that are consistent with our college's esteemed ideals. At this stage, it is my honor and privilege to congratulate all of the above awardees, whether honorary or fellowship by examination or MDs by publication, and wish them well for their well-deserved recognition today. I further implore you all to continue to be worthy ambassadors of the ideals of the college, both in character and learning, wherever you may be. You must all remember that to whom honor is bestowed, much is expected of, as you chart your new paths in your future life endeavors. Again, congratulations. It is also only appropriate for me at this juncture to recognize and congratulate the various organs of college, including the governing board, senate, and faculties, for doggedly executing all college-approved academic as well as administrative activities in our approved calendar of events that has seen to today's convocation, even if without the physical presence and the usual handshakes of all the graduates, all this consistent with the new normal. Today's graduation ceremony brings to almost 7,000 fellows by examination that this college has graduated since in inception for our healthcare system, for our universities, colleges of medicine, and our medical research institutes, thereby saving Nigeria billions of hard currencies were these fellows to be trained abroad, as was the practice before the inception of this college, for which, once more, all organs of college must be commended for their commitment to this national assignment. However, it is sad to note that the intended impact of this effort in our national healthcare system, the university system, and the research institutes is rapidly being lost to other, often more developed climes due to the escalating monstrous phenomenon of brain drain we are experiencing in our dear country. We therefore urge government to declare brain drain as a national emergency and to urgently reverse it through improving job opportunity as well as improving the work environment, while we also dispassionately urge the trained doctors as well as those in training that are leaving the country to show more patient understanding about the situation at home as we hope it improves. College academic activity. I am glad to report that despite the pandemic, college academic activities as approved by Senate have continued as scheduled, for which I am most appreciative of the resiliency and resolve of faculties and college staff in ensuring that our primary responsibilities of training and examinations are being diligently attended to, resulting in the presentation of graduates to today's convocation. The ASCAP 2020-2021. Our 2020-2021 ASCAP successfully took place in August this year in Kaduna, whose theme was the socio-economic and health consequences of the COVID pandemic. I'm glad to report that the rich academic discourse that transpired at the meeting, with far-reaching observations and recommendations as reflected in the communique of the conference published in two of our national dailies, the Daily Trust and Punch, last Friday. Furthermore, the governing board, the Board of Trustees of the National Postgraduate Medical Fellows Association was successfully inaugurated at this conference. It is envisaged that the Board of Trustees and its Management Council of the Association of the College Fellows would facilitate and further support the training and research ideals for which the college is established for. The postgraduate MD program of the college. The optional pre-fellowship postgraduate MD degree approved by College Senate last year, pursuant of college mandate to do so, as provided for in the laws establishing it, has received wide acceptance among the residents in training, with so far 272 candidates enrolled in the program in the 2021 session, while admission for 2020 is still in progress. October-November examinations 2021. The CBT exams, as prelude to this year's October-November examination, is scheduled to commence as scheduled next week, with the college's newest Faculty of Emergency Medicine fielding candidates for the first time in the history of the college, for which we congratulate them. Other college activities. The anti-plagiarism, standard setting, and quality assurance policies. In order to further strengthen academic excellence in our program, college has continued to further improve on its training and examination processes through various innovations consistent with best international standards. Accordingly, Senate last year has approved an anti-plagiarism policy and has deployed a standard anti-plagiarism check mechanism for the assessment of candidates at both the proposal and dissertation stages of the Part 2 examination. Similarly, Senate has approved evidence-based verifiable standard setting methods as basis for determining pass in all college examinations consistent with best international practice effective from the October-November 2020 examinations. Furthermore, a Quality Assurance Committee to ensure compliance with all college academic processes has been set up with the important task of drawing quality assurance policy for approval of Senate consistent with best international practices. The simulation training and simulation endowment fundraising effort. In its further resolve to provide additional opportunity for skill acquisition for its associate fellows, as is now standard all over the world, college has continued to make progress in the implementation of the simulation programs. In this regard, further to the launched simulation program endowment fund in 2019, the simulation endowment fundraising committee established in 2020 to reach out to various donors for support is still operational, with donation so far mainly from fellows. Various faculty simulation committees set up have already identified faculty simulation needs. As a progress on the program, I am happy to report to this convocation that in July this year, the College Central Simulation Center on the 3rd floor of the second phase of the Learning Resources Building was launched with the installment of 2 very high-fidelity simulators, the anatomy table and the SimsMan, where college technical staff as well as representatives of various faculty simulation committees received initial training on the use of the simulators. I am most appreciative of support for these to the college from fellows that have made the purchase of these simulators possible. Meanwhile, Senate at its June meeting this year has approved the location for 6 zonal centers in Kano, Maiduguri, Jos, Ibadan, Enugu, and Port Harcourt in the 6 geopolitical zones of the country, and 2 central simulation training centers, one in Ijanike here, Lagos, and the other one in Abuja, to be developed and equipped so as to decentralize such training for our residents at minimal cost. In this connection, I would like to thank most sincerely His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, Mr. Nyesom Wake, for giving college a piece of land free of charge in the greater Port Harcourt area that, when developed, shall, among other things, house our zonal simulation stroke ATLS, ACLS training center of the college in the south-south zone of Nigeria. We remain grateful for this kind gesture to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State. I would like at this stage to appeal to government, fellows of the college, and other well-meaning Nigerians and organizations to donate generously to the College Simulation Program Endowment Fundraising process that aims at providing additional clinical skills to our consultants to be. Donations can be tied further to the development of our central simulation laboratories here in Ijanike or Abuja. They could also be targeted for the development of any of the designated zonal simulation centers referred to earlier on in this speech. Proficiency in ATLS and ACLS courses. Pass 1 to Senate decision that proficiency in advanced trauma life support skills and advanced cardiac life support skills would be additional eligibility criteria for Part 1 examination, college will this year start mounting these courses for our residents, thereby ensuring that all those taking part in the Part 1 exam in the April-May 2023 would have acquired this proficiency as prerequisite for the examination. College is already accredited for ATLS training, having trained adequate numbers of its fellows as ATLS training providers and in some situations instructors. The ACLS provider training for college resource persons would also soon start preparatory to acquiring the American Heart Association accreditation in this area also. Collaboration with sister postgraduate medical colleges and the establishment of an international training collaboration committee. College has continued to have regular meetings with sister postgraduate medical colleges in the ECOWAS region, particularly the West African College of Physicians and the West African College of Surgeons, as well as the country colleges in Ghana and Sierra Leone as part of its collaboration in furthering postgraduate medical education in the region. We have recently advocated to the sister colleges to establish anti-plagiarism policy, as is the case with our college, to allow for more effective implementation of the policies across the region. Similarly, college is in collaboration with the Canadian College of Physicians and Surgeons in connection with our simulation programs, while we have training MOUs with the University of Colorado in the USA and the Royal College of Pathologists of the UK. Regulation of residency training in Nigeria. In 2021, College, as regulator of the Residency Training Act in Nigeria, has been further given the responsibility of making annual budgetary estimates for the allowances of all residents in recognized training in federal government-owned teaching hospitals and federal medical centers. We hope this mandate, which we have already pursuing vigorously, would allow government to annually adequately budget for these allowances, thereby reducing the restiveness in the sector. At this juncture, I urge our sister West African postgraduate medical colleges to be more forthcoming in turning into the college all relevant data on residents enrolled in their training programs, including the progress they are making in their exams. In the same vein, we appeal to residents to pay more attention to their training so that they can complete the program within the period approved for funding by government as spelled out in the Residency Training Act. We further appeal to government to continue to upgrade the training institutions in the teaching hospitals and federal medical centers, and in the case of the states, in their own specialist hospitals that offer training consistent with college accreditation criteria. At the moment, there are many training institutions with partial rather than full accreditation for this and other reasons, which curtails the number of residents for training in the institution. Simulation laboratories are now encouraged in training institutions to supplement true clinical scenarios while training these candidates. It is hoped that these various efforts by college will speed up the residency training in Nigeria to allow opportunity for more junior residents to join the training as and when due. Focus on national research priorities. College has continued to engage the Federal Ministry of Health in refining the national policy on research priorities to enable college key into this through the many research projects its residents undertake annually that will impact positively in addressing national health problems. We hope the final list of the national priority research areas would soon be released by Federal Ministry of Health. In the same vein, the Education Trust we hope would continue to be urged to provide funding for national priority research projects being undertaken by residents of the college, additional to providing other dearly needed support to college. Capital projects. I am glad to report that with the budgetary provisions made for college's capital projects in 2021, the third floor of the second wing of the college learning resources building is virtually completed, and already a section of the floor has been commissioned as the College Central Simulation Center last July, as mentioned earlier on in my speech. While thanking government for this financial support to our only capital project, which started over 10 years ago, we hope that budgetary releases for the rest of the 2021 would be sustained to allow for the long-awaited completion of the whole project this year. It is our hope that government will financially support the college to develop the 6 Senate-approved zonal simulation laboratories, including for the training of ATLS and ACLS in 2022, which will also serve as zonal offices for college to effectively monitor the residency training program throughout the country in its capacity as the regulator of this training in Nigeria. Finally, this address will not be complete without expressing my most sincere appreciation to the College Governing Board, Senate and faculties, the past President Forum, the Honorable Minister of Health, and our parent Ministry of Health for the tremendous support, guidance, and cooperation I have received from you all. I must thank the Honorable Minister of Education for the goodwill message and the NUC for collaborating in connection with the introduction of the postgraduate MD program of the college. The sister postgraduate medical college in the ECOWAS region and others in the diaspora are well appreciated for their goodwill messages to us, as well as we celebrate our fellows and MD graduates today. We have continued to have meaningful dialogue with our professional associations, including NMA and Mdcan and NARD, who are all specially recognized in this occasion. The support I have received from principal officers of the college have been great, while the new college registrar and his able deputies and all other college staff deserve commendation for their hard work in running the activities of our dear college. Despite the new normal that we are experiencing with the COVID-19. My final special thanks go to the committee, College Ceremonies Committee under the able leadership of the indefatigable chairman, Professor F.A. Aragudande, also the current registrar, for their hard work and innovation in putting this hybrid program to a very successful footing. May God reward you all abundantly for attending the convocation either physically or virtually. And once more, we congratulate all our various categories of awardees at this convocation, as well as your loved ones, for really this day is your day. I must also specially thank Alhaji Taduddin Aminu Antata, the Managing Director of Antata Organization, for personally receiving today an award on behalf of his father, Dr. Alhaji Aminu Antata, and also recognize most especially the very strong delegate from Borno State under His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Borno State, for supporting His Excellency, the Governor of Borno State, Professor Zulum,
in receiving this award. I thank you most sincerely for listening.
Thank you very much, sir.
Sooner or later, we shall go back to the old normal. As we all know, the college was established by law on the 24th September 1979 under Decree number 67, now Cap N59, laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004. As a body corporate with perpetual succession and a common seal, the law gave the college the responsibility to conduct postgraduate examinations of candidates in various branches of medicine and dentistry, and also to accredit training institutions. This preeminently confers on the college the onerous task and responsibility to ensure that the right quality of specialists are produced for the past 52 years of training doctors in Nigeria. I'm also aware that the mission of the college is to plan, implement, monitor, and evaluate postgraduate programs required to produce medical and dental specialists of the highest quality, competence, and dedication, who will provide teaching and optimal healthcare for the Nigerian people. Distinguished fellows of the college, I have been duly informed that more than 7,500 specialists have been trained by the college since its inception, saving the nation over ₦1 trillion in cost of training doctors outside the shores of. The recent discussions and unnecessary arguments over the issue of the relativity of the postgraduate fellowship in medicine and dentistry compared with the Doctor of Philosophy, PhD, in the Nigerian university system has generated heated academic exercise in the health and educational sector. It has therefore become necessary for the Federal Ministry of Health to offer some clarifications. In Nigeria, as in other parts of the world, the topmost graduate qualification recognized for clinical sciences is a fellowship, while for core basic medical sciences, that is anatomy, biochemistry, and physiology, it is the PhD that is recognized for holders of such degrees to get to the peak of their careers. The uniqueness of the fellowship training of the college is the fact that it combines the full academic research content as obtainable in any sound doctoral degree with the structural, that is, professional postgraduate training. This accounts for why it takes a long time to produce a single fellow in any of the specialized fields of medicine and dentistry. The competency-based curriculum for the fellowship residency program has been designed to train postgraduate specialists, and clinical lecturers over a minimum of 6 years with definite competencies in the 4 areas of professional practice: clinical problem solving, research, teaching, and health management. Over the years, the enrollment of resident doctors in the residency training program is on the decline, and this is due to diminishing intake into the programs. Some persons already admitted into the program are exiting to other climes, while placement in the residency program has become difficult because many young doctors who desire to enroll in the program have not been given placement, as the hospitals have limited vacancies. This situation has led to young doctors who have passed the fellowship primary examination not being employed to commence training, hence leading to exodus of young doctors to other lands. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, while I congratulate the convokees for their hard work and patriotism throughout the residency training, I am passionately appealing to all of you to stay back in the country and practice, as there is no other place you could call your own except Nigeria. We recognize the challenges at home. We will confront these challenges with a view to creating a more conducive environment for the practice of the noble profession of medicine. I want to seize this opportunity to commend the management of the college for improving on the infrastructural facilities and the establishment of a clinical skills simulation laboratory, which will build the local capacities to meet the clinical needs of over 95% of Nigerians who cannot afford to go overseas for medical attention. This administration, under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, places a prime order on stemming, if not putting an end, to medical tourism and the enormous outflow in foreign exchange that it entails, by providing the infrastructure and quality enabling environment for our specialists to thrive. Our specialists have to provide leadership in the workplace with all sense of humility, to always be present, to train the resident doctors and show compassion to their patients. Specialists must also strive for industrial harmony in the workplace by ensuring the holistic approach to patient care and involving the healthcare professionals in the spirit of teamwork to achieve efficient service delivery. All specialists must properly acquaint themselves with the National Health Act 2014 and relevant provisions as applicable to them. I must emphasize that this administration views industrial harmony as a panacea to improving the healthcare indices, improving patient confidence in the healthcare system, and thereby stemming the alarming rate of medical tourism. You must consider this convocation as the beginning of a long, exciting but rigorous journey that requires the best of you. You must continually seek to improve yourselves as you grow in the profession. In this age of ICT, you have information readily available to you and must therefore use this information to improve yourself professionally for the benefit of your patients and humanity at large. I advise those convoking today to adhere strictly to the provisions of the Code of Medical Ethics as you perform your professional duties. It will ultimately lead to making Nigeria a medical tourism destination in Africa, thus discouraging and stemming outward-bound medical tourism, which has become a potent source of economic drain for our country. I urge all graduates of today to consider their success in their examinations as the beginning of their practice, and to continue to work hard to keep themselves abreast of current developments in the profession so as to become better doctors and dentists. Finally, dear fellows, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I convey the goodwill of the Federal Minister of Health on this 39th Convocation ceremony, and I thank you most profoundly for inviting me. It is therefore my pleasure to formally declare the 39th Convocation ceremony open. I thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, sir. Our Honorable Minister Adeleke Npmcn. I think we should appreciate him once again. We have His Excellency Dr. Umar Babagana Zulum with us, and he has come with a retinue of entourage of distinguished personalities. I think it's just in our culture to recognize such personalities. We've recognized His Excellency the Deputy Governor earlier, and we've recognized the distinguished senator that came with him. It's my pleasure to recognize Professor Isa Husseini, the Chief of Staff to the Governor. You're welcome, sir. Professor Aliyu Shugaba, Vice Chancellor, University of Maiduguri. Professor Umar Sandabi, Vice Chancellor, Borno State University. Professor Ahmed Ahiju, Chief Medical Director, University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, Maiduguri. Professor Ibrahim Wakawa, Medical Director, Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Maiduguri. Professor Arab Alhaji, Borno State Hospitals Management Board. The Commissioner for Health, Juliana Bitrus. The Speaker, Borno State House of Assembly, Alhaji Abdul Karim Lawan. The Commissioner for Information, Abba Jato. Dr. Haruna Yusuf, University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital. And we also want to recognize the entourage of Alhaji Dantata, Mr. Mutiu Adedeji Adelere. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much. It's time for goodwill messages. And it will be my pleasure to invite, to give the goodwill message, the Honorable Minister for Education, Malam Adamu. He's being represented at this occasion by one of our fellows, a professor of neurosurgery, Professor B.B. Shehu, also a former Chief Medical Director. He's linking up with, he's joined us since morning online, and will be delivering the goodwill message. Honorable Minister of Education, please.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If you can hear me.
We can hear you clearly, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. I am going to stand on the existing protocol. As you said, my name is Professor B.B. Shehu. I'm a fellow of the college. But this morning I'm representing the Honorable Minister for Education, Malam Adamu, who regrets not being there physically, and appreciates the opportunity to be the special guest of honor. So I'll read his address on his behalf. We exist on the existing protocol that the address reads as follows. I'm delighted to be the special guest of honor at this convocation ceremony of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria. I would like to join your families and friends in congratulating you for this landmark achievement. I wish you all a fulfilling and rewarding career in your respective specialties of medicine. As you know, the universities produce the medical doctors, the dentists, after their undergraduate education, but the college determines the standard of specialist practice and accredit suitable university teaching hospitals and other tertiary health institutions in Nigeria for postgraduate training of doctors in the appropriate medical and dental specialties. In line with the enabling law, it awards certificates and diplomas and degrees as it is doing today. In essence, the college takes care of the postgraduate education for the medical profession in line with the global best practices. Looking back at the short period the college has been in existence, there are important milestones the college has reached and the indeed profound impact it has made on the sustenance of medical education in Nigeria, which has in turn expanded the specialist healthcare coverage for the country. Our founding fathers, we must say, and successive leadership deserve commendation for their foresight and for keeping the faith. The National Postgraduate Medical College remains the flagship of postgraduate medical education in Nigeria, and your continuous performance improvement is of the essence to meet the desired objective of the government in the healthcare delivery. Please accept the congratulations of the Federal Ministry of Education and the goodwill of the Federal Ministry of Education on this occasion. Finally, please permit me to congratulate especially His Excellency Babagana Umar Zulum, Governor of Borno State, for the honorary degree he is receiving today, and our own father, Alhaji Aminu Alasan Tantata. Congratulations and the very best wishes. Thank you very much for the opportunity to give a goodwill message to the National Postgraduate Medical College, and the best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate your support for our college, and we look forward to many more in the coming years. It will be my pleasure to invite the President, Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons, to deliver the goodwill message. He has sent it to us, so it will be played now. Thank you.
College President, Professor Musa Muhammad Orodi, the Governing Board and the Senate of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria, invited excellencies, fellows and new graduates of the college. It is a great privilege to be invited to participate in your 39th convocation ceremony at your college premises at Janani, Lagos. I'm very grateful for the association and the invitation, especially because your excellence is very much appreciated. In the face of epidemics, a raging pandemic, and resultant social and economic difficulties, the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria did not close down, but has continued to deliver its mandates to train to the highest degree the health manpower for the nation. The result is that you have ensured that there are more colleagues available to face and fight the prevailing global medical ecosystem. There is hope for our sub-region. We congratulate you on your dedication to duty. To the incoming fellows, I congratulate you too for your success, which has resulted from the hard work you have had to put in under the trying circumstances. We urge you to remember the dedication of your teachers and to resolve to perform them in dedication, hard work, and research activities as to serve the people of Nigeria and our sub-region. We of the Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons wish you every success in your careers and the blessings of the Almighty on you, your families, and the nation. Long live the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria. Long live the collaboration of our sub-region. Congratulations once again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We have a very excellent relationship with the postgraduate medical colleges in the West African sub-region, so that's not surprising. It will be my pleasure to now invite the President, Liberian College of Physicians and Surgeons, to deliver the goodwill message. President, Liberian College of Physicians and Surgeons.
President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to stand on the prevailing protocol. I bring you fraternal greetings on behalf of the Council, officers, fellows, and members of the Liberia College of Physicians and Surgeons during the occasion of the 39th Convocation ceremonies of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria. We at the Liberia College of Physicians and Surgeons continue to hold the National Postgraduate Medical College in high esteem as we have vivid memories of the pivotal role that the college played in the development of our college. I recall with immense pleasure my participation at one of the religious ceremonies and the exceptional welcome I received during that occasion. Unfortunately, at this time, we are unable to be physically present due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Our sub-region continues to face serious challenges in a number of key strategic developmental areas. Health, of course, being critical one. We continue to be inundated by the ravages of SARS-CoV-2 in the region and are dependent on outside forces to assist us combat this pandemic. Some of our countries are beginning to make many strides in improvement in the health sector, and measurable outcomes are beginning to be seen. We must all emulate the success of these countries and collaborate to share experiences for the betterment of our sub-region. On behalf of my college, I extend to you heartfelt congratulations on this auspicious occasion and wish you success in your deliberations. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. The President, West African College of Physicians, promised to join us virtually. I'm not sure whether she's on now. President, West African College of Physicians. Is she on with us? So while looking for that, I think we can take the goodwill message from the President of the Medical and Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria. Thank you.
Chairman of the occasion, the President, and all of the principal officers of the National Postgraduate Medical College. It's indeed a pleasure and an honor to be given the opportunity to say a few words at this 39th Convocation ceremony of the National Postgraduate Medical College. Our beloved college has come a long way, and there is no doubt that excellent results have been achieved over the past 4 decades of service to the nation. Also, there is no doubt that the college has been able over the years to produce excellent specialists and super specialists in different fields of medicine. And you've been a reliable and dependable conveyor belt of production of this good quality, high-end specialists for the health manpower of the country. This is quite commendable, and I believe that you will not relent in further production of this desired specialists for the country. Of course, we are unaware of the difficult situation of our relationship at the Medical and Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria and your establishment at the moment for the past few years with regards to the PhD, MD fellowship program. It is, I believe, that the focused leadership you provided over the years is still in place to see through this very turbulent period. We will believe that we will both come out of this crisis period much stronger and much better, and that the service you will be delivering to the nation will not wither in any way, and will continue to produce these fantastic professionals who are employed across the country and also globally. On that note, it's my pleasure to congratulate you on this 39th Convocation ceremony, and also to congratulate the graduates that of course you've gone through a very rigorous program, and you deserve to celebrate this moment of completing the training and having the fellowship. We will pray and hope that as we walk along with the National Postgraduate Medical College, all the challenges facing our fellowship in the university system of elsewhere will all be overcome. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I enjoy this moment, brothers, and the college. I say a big kudos for the great job that you've been doing. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you very much. Are we able to link up with the President, West Africa College of Physicians? No. Can we have a short musical interlude? Thank you very much. It's now time for the convocation lecture. And like we know, this is rotated between faculties. The faculty that's taking the convocation lecture this year is the Faculty of Surgery. And it is indeed my pleasure to invite the Faculty Secretary of the Faculty of Surgery, Dr. Bolaji Mofikoya, to present the citation of our guest lecturer. Dr. Mofikoya, please.
College President, distinguished guests, permit me to stand on the existing protocol as I read the citation of the convocation lecturer for this year 2021. Professor Samuel Chukwunonyere Ohegbulam was born on the 3rd of May 1941 in Eziama, Obiato, present-day Imo State. He attended Dennis Memorial Grammar School, Onitsha, from 1955 to 1961, and proceeded to the Cairo University for his undergraduate medical training, where he graduated with honors and distinction in 1967. He then proceeded for his postgraduate medical training in the United Kingdom and worked as a registrar in several hospitals in the Midlands region. This culminated in his obtaining a specialist postgraduate degree in the Royal Colleges of England and the Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh in 1973. This distinguished surgeon returned home and was employed as a lecturer in the University of Nigeria in 1973. He became a senior lecturer in 1974, became a reader in 1978, and he became a full professor of surgery in the year 1980. Professor Samuel Horegbulam served the university as the dean in 1982, the same year in which he became a fellow of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria. He served the university as a deputy vice chancellor in 1987 and has worked as a consultant neurosurgeon in the University Teaching Hospital in Enugu from 1974 up to 1993. This distinguished neurosurgeon worked across many continents. He worked in Europe, he worked in Asia, and worked extensively in Africa, made numerous contributions to the development of neurosurgery in the continent. Professor Egbulam was the chairman of the Nigerian Surgical Research Society. He is the founder and chief neurosurgeon of Memphis Neurosurgical Center in Enugu. This is a privately owned neurosurgery center and is the only privately owned neurosurgery center that has full accreditation to train neurosurgical residents in the entire sub-region. He is the foundation president of the African Federation of Neurological Societies. He is the recipient of the 2012 Nigerian National Merit Award for Excellence in Medicine. Professor Horegbulam did not rest on his oars. He has been appointed in the year 2017 as Emeritus Professor by the University of Nigeria. This distinguished surgeon continues to teach, continues to train, and we have it on record that his trainees are among the best both nationally and internationally. He was the foundation fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Medicine 2017. He holds the traditional ruler title of Obinyere I of Ezeama Obiato in Imo State. Professor Horegbulam is a trainer of trainers, is a mentor of mentors, is a teacher of teachers. He is married and is a father of 3 grown men, one of whom is an internationally renowned neurosurgeon himself. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, kindly join me in giving a standing ovation to our 2021 convocation lecturer, Professor Samuel Chukwunyerem Horegbulam, MBBS, FMCS, FWACS, Foundation Fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Medicine.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to stand on existing protocols elaborately established by the college president, just to save time. Convocation ceremonies are indeed great celebrations. Great celebrations because they mark a period when we bring in new leaders to the medical profession. Those who are being admitted to fellowship have passed through difficult times. As your teachers and mentors, we can appreciate where you're coming from, what you went through, what your families must have gone through to arrive to this day. Regrettably, the COVID pandemic would not allow us to celebrate this day with the usual pomp and pageantry that it deserves. But I'm sure that wherever you might be listening from, we appreciate you very much. We would also say to you, more grease to your elbows, because now that you have joined the club, I would say the privileged club of specialists, the future of this college and of the medical profession rests clearly on your shoulders. Let me start this lecture by going back to history of the 1980 medical practice in Nigeria. At the University of Nigeria, where I worked, one of my mentees, was the second, in fact, to get the fellowship by examination. Sadly, the first person to get it did not live long enough to serve neurosurgery. May his soul, Dr. Ige, rest in peace. But their success story made us very optimistic about the future of neurosurgical training in Nigeria. Do you know at that time, Nigeria had less than 10 neurosurgeons to serve a population of more than 120 million people. WHO recommended that there should be one neurosurgeon for 100,000 of any population. Well, in Nigeria, we're talking of one neurosurgeon for 12 to 15 million people. How could you cope with that? Sadly, that optimism was soon dashed because we witnessed a deterioration of the health sector, we witnessed plummeting of the economy, and mass exodus.
Recording in progress.
Exodus of the trainers and trainees. So, what happened? Many of the training centers folded up, including my own, in neurosurgery, of course. Not that the hospital folded up, but the training facilities folded up. Unfortunately, the leaders of the medical profession at the time did not address or did not diagnose the root cause of the problem. They were passionate for primary health care, and as much as it was important to do that, there was no funding available to sustain it, and all their good work in that field could not be sustained. So, we all waited for some years before those who traveled abroad started coming back, and the training program was resuscitated. And that is why we are able to witness what we are witnessing today. That will also tell you why I have chosen this topic for this lecture: unyielding drive, conquering obstacles to rescue the health sector in Nigeria, so that we don't pass through a similar experience again, because we are already tending to go in that direction again, as we are all witnesses to this day. What is the state of healthcare in Nigeria? Things are not as they should be. Nigeria is rated 142nd out of 195 in global healthcare access and quality. We know that the health indices in Nigeria are not what we expect them to be. People are struggling to access healthcare. As I was settling down in the hotel yesterday, I got a call from Enugu that a patient was being sent from a very distant city, and they battled 6 hours on the way to arrive at our hospital. And by the time they arrived, it was night. This is the sort of thing people are seeing. So there are problems in the healthcare. Let me not go listing all the problems, but to me, the most important is poor funding. We don't have sufficient funds to address the issues in healthcare. Underfunding, my eyes were open to this level of underfunding when I was on sabbatical in the US in 1985. I couldn't believe it that the hospital, which was of the same size as the one I was working in Nigeria, about 800 beds, was budgeting $2,500 million US dollars, hospital alone. At that time, the budget of UNTH was about 60 million naira. With the beautiful exchange rate we had at the time, that translated to 27 million US dollars. See the difference, 27 million versus 2,500 million. Then the story tells itself. What are the consequences of poor funding? All of us are witnesses wherever we are working to know what we are going through. It affects primary, secondary, and tertiary healthcare. It affects health-related research. It affects equipment that we are unable to equip our hospitals with modern facilities like CTs, high-quality MRI machines, etc. So we have problems. The mega funding for research, let me use it to illustrate the situation. The Nigerian National Order of Merit Award was instituted in 1979 with the mandate that every year there should be one award for medicine, one award for engineering, so for humanities and sciences. That's about 4 awards in the year. Do you know that over the 42 years that this thing started, medicine had only produced 15 laureates. 15. We should have produced 42 laureates. And what is the reason? The reason is because the funding available for research is not adequate. So we're unable to produce recipients of this award. Medical tourism. Why should people go for seeking health care abroad? Because they are not satisfied with facilities available at home. That is the reason. So, in the process, the health care loses money. It was estimated in 2018, published in Daily Trust, that we lost over $1 billion US dollars to medical tourism. Can you imagine if that money were invested in healthcare in the country, what difference it would have made? Facilities are not there. Let me use my own story again. I was the first African I can boast to have trained with the CT scan, because that was only prototype CT scanner available in Atkinson Mollis Hospital in London in the early 70s. And upon my return here, I tried very hard to persuade my institution to key into this new technology that would make a difference, not diagnosing neurological problems purely by history taking and using the patella hammer, no. But we didn't succeed. I went on sabbatical again to Hereford and found they had 5 CT scanners and MRI. Even the laboratory research work I was doing, we had a dedicated CT scanner for that purpose. So, 2018, Memphis Hospital was trying to upgrade her facilities, and GE arranged for me to go to Brigham Hospital, which was one of the 5 teaching hospitals of Harvard University in Boston. And to my surprise, a single hospital had 20 MRI machines, 1.5 Tesla, 3 Tesla, and even 1.5 Tesla. So I asked myself, if you computed all the MRI scanners in the city of Boston, among the 5 teaching hospitals, how many could there be? And yet, there are teaching hospitals in Nigeria today that have no CT or MRI that is functioning. So, I've listed all these problems. What are the solutions? The instrument for financing healthcare is well known. General tax revenue, community financing, out-of-pocket payment, and health insurance are what everybody says. General tax financing, that's what we're practicing in Nigeria now. We depend on federal budget, state budget for health care. And we keep complaining they are not giving us enough. How can they give us more than what they are giving? Because they can't afford to give more. The Abuja Declaration suggested 15% of the national budget. We can't afford it because other disciplines will complain. Education will complain, defense will complain. So the much that the country can afford is just 5%. And that's what it translates to. In 2021, it came to about 590 billion. And when you convert that to dollars, that's what you get, 1.4 billion US dollars. It's significant for the size of our population. Community health financing will not work because the social capital is so variable between communities that it makes it difficult to design a universally acceptable model. And more importantly, it always depends on donations and government. And when these are not available, they tend to collapse. It has been said by experts that unless you can register or enroll up to 100,000 enrollees, the system cannot produce enough funds to sustain itself. What of out-of-pocket payment? Out-of-pocket payment, that's what we are suffering here. And it is said that Nigeria, 70% of healthcare spending is out of pocket. People sell their land, sell their houses, borrow money, owe hospitals and treating institutions because of inability to pay for healthcare. So health insurance is the answer. We know that. Government is aware of this. It is a process whereby we share health risk by pulling funds together. That is internationally accepted. There are many models practiced. This is unacceptable. The former president before the current one had directed that we should achieve at least 30% by 2015. That didn't come through. And the executive secretary of NHIS, in fact, thought he would achieve 40%, but he didn't. Only 23 states have keyed in by passing the necessary legislation to actualize the health insurance in their states. What are the barriers to this health insurance implementation? Is it because Nigeria has a large population? Or is it because Nigeria is a low-income country?
Recording in progress.
Or is it because our literacy rate is high? Maybe all of the above. But it is suggested that health insurance could be mandatory or voluntary in order to achieve or make progress. Voluntary insurance wouldn't work in a society like ours because the sick will usually join and the healthy will opt out. So you can never achieve the level of coverage that will make a difference. If it is compulsory, we would be able to mobilize larger resources to make it work. So compulsory health insurance is a better option. But the poor citizens of this country, even though we said that how can they afford insurance, we know that they do afford health care. They go to parks, They go to prayer houses. They spend money doing these things. So if that money could be plowed to the insurance system, they would be better off for it. Also, health is one of the three essentials of life, along with food and shelter. So everybody must accommodate the three of them. Government charges VAT, taxes on people. Religious bodies collect levies. Communities impose levies. But we all don't say exempt this man because he's poor. There are things to avoid to make the system work, but I wouldn't go into it. And the experts have designed principles and steps to achieve a working insurance system. So it is obvious that universal insurance is the better option. The government should then be able to subsidize those who are genuinely unable to pay for their own subscription. The private sector has a role to play. Nigerians, we are told, spend a lot of money on mobile phone calls. It was estimated that they spent about 1.8 trillion naira on mobile phone calls compared to what we spend on health. So, unyielding drive to conquer these obstacles that prevent us from achieving universal health insurance. As medical personnel, we should be on the driving seat. We should make more effort, invest more energy into this advocacy. If we can convince our leaders, political leaders, to please take this matter more serious, I think we'll make progress. The Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library in 2015 set up a 12-man committee to come up with an answer. They were worried about the deteriorating healthcare. And luckily, out of these 12 members, which I was privileged to be, one of us got appointed as minister during our deliberations. And we submitted a wonderful report, as you can see, to the side here, named Towards a New Dawn for Health Sector in Nigeria post-2015. This was submitted to the presidency with the Minister of Health receiving, along with the president. And we're still hoping that that will guide the administration. Memphis Hospital was born out of frustration with the facilities I had to practice neurosurgery in a public hospital setting. And in the years we've been in practice, we've tried to take the practice to a higher level. I'm pleased to observe that two of those who are in this ceremony today, probably by Zoom, are from our hospital. And now Nigeria can boast of about 100 neurosurgeons, and 30 of these 100 neurosurgeons have passed through Memphis Hospital, either for their full training or part of their training. And we have given assistance to radiology trainers who come for get exposed with modern equipment. So this is a call to action. Dear colleagues, healthcare in Nigeria is struggling at the moment. Our people are abandoning us and living for greener pastures overseas. We shouldn't let this continue. We must improve the situation at home. I feel the universal health insurance is achievable. Even if we achieve 60%, 50%, it will go a long way to transforming the sector. Let us go all out and let our voices be heard. It's the only way we can make those holding offices to take this problem more seriously. As elections approach, they will promise free health care and everything. Once the election is finished, we don't see much action in that direction again. But if doctors sustain the pressure, then they will listen to us. That is how politics goes. In America, the medical profession In fact, they have a permanent presence in Washington to put pressure on the system to listen to the complaints from the medical profession. So we should not marginalize these issues. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, universal health insurance is achievable. It will ensure sustainable healthcare financing in Nigeria. It will generate more revenue for the health sector that would ensure better provision of facilities, modern facilities I mean, and it will invigorate health-related research. So please, let us join hands in driving this process. Long live the National Postgraduate Medical College. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Let me end with the last word. Samuel Johnson, the famous writer, author, once told the Earl of Chichester that you don't see a man struggling for life in water and you washing the person. But when the person is about to reach the coast, you encumber him with help. Let me reverse that story. We don't see the healthcare struggling for survival, and we are watching. And then when it is almost collapsing, we encumber it with assistance and hope. That will not right. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you very much, sir. That has been the college president. Please sit down to present an award to the convocation lecturer. College president, please.
Convocation lecture he has given today on the 16th day of September 2021 in an area that requires urgent and important priority area in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
We have now come to the presentation of awards. And the first that we'll start with is the Posthumous Distinguished Fellowship Award, to be presented to late Dr. Stella Ameyo Adadevo, a fellow of the college in internal medicine. The wife delivered a few days ago, and so they are unable to. The Faculty of Internal Medicine will stand in to receive the award on their behalf and pass it to the family. So Chairman of Internal Medicine will be representing the Adadevo family here.
The college president, sir, please permit me to align myself with already established to Boston, Massachusetts in the United States of America, where she spent 2 years in school. Her education at Corona School, Yaba, Lagos, until 1968, and then began secondary school in 1974 with distinction of honors in her West Africa Examination Council WAEC examinations, Nigeria. In 1980, at the age of 24, she qualified as a medical doctor with a Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Science, some of which are British Nigeria Association, Endocrine and Metabolism Society of Nigeria, Association of General and Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria, as well, of course, she's a fellow of this great college. She served as a non-executive director of Learn Africa PLC, and also a writer for the first ever Ask the Doc column in today's Woman's Magazine, among several other accomplishments. Dr. and God-fearing individual. She was a diligent doctor, mother, daughter, sister, aunt, and friend who committed her life to saving and serving humanity. By identifying the index patients in the year 2014 Ebola outbreak in Nigeria, she prevented a national catastrophe. She left a permanent mark on society, and she solidified her legacy as a courageous and patriotic heroine. Her countrymen honor her heroic actions and remember her in gratitude for paying the ultimate price with her life. A non-profit organization, Dr. Ameyo Stella Adadevo Drasa Health Trust, was established in her memory. And that organization is working with the government, local and international partners to promote adequate sanitation and hygiene, reduce and prevent spread of infectious diseases, as well as to strengthen Nigeria's health security and emergency preparedness. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, today we celebrate an Amazon, a national hero. Please join me with a standing ovation as I present Dr. Stella Ameyo Adadevo, a courageous, diligent, compassionate, brilliant, and patriotic clinician for the posthumous award of Distinguished Fellowship of this great college, the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria. Please stand and let us give her an Amazon, a national hero. Thank you, sir. Please be seated.
I invite the President to confer the award on her. Mr. President. Sir.
By the powers vested in me as college president, I confer upon Dr. Stella Adadevo posthumously the Distinguished Fellowship Award of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria in recognition of her sacrifice and role in curtailing the spread of infectious disease Ebola virus in Nigeria, amongst many other things. So we present this to you. It's a member of your faculty. You will pass it on to the family. We had wished this has been done much, much earlier than now, but I think it is never late to recognize this important, courageous work, more so with the challenges of these infectious diseases that are emerging and re-emerging. So, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. We move straight to that of the honorary awardees. We will start with Alhaji Aminu Al-Hassan Dantata, and the citation will be presented by the Deputy Registrar, Senate and Governing Board, Dr. Salami Sule, FMCPH.
Your Excellency, the college president, please permit me to stand on existing protocol as I read the citation of Alhaji Dr. Aminu Alhassan Dantata, ably represented by his son, Alhaji Tajuddin Aminu Dantata. Alhaji Dr. Aminu Alhassan Dantata was born on the Nigeria into the family of the legendary Kano businessman, Alhaji Alhassan Dantata of great fame. He attended Dala Elementary School and Dantata Memorial School from 1938 to 1948. After completing his education, he began his career in business as producer buyer from 1949 and in 1959, and ultimately became the chairman and managing director in 1960, the position he held up to date. Dantata was a member of the steering committee of the Nigeria Industrial Development Bank Limited, and later became one of its directors from 1962 to 1966. He has been a member of several trade missions to various countries on behalf of the federal in 1961 to 1966. I was appointed a commissioner in the Kano State government from 1967 to 1973. He was a member of the Assembly Drafting Committee for the Second Republic Constitution of Nigeria in 1979. That commander of the Order of the National of Republic of Niger, CONN, Board of Trustees, Aminu Kano Memorial College, Kano, the Chancellor, Al-Qalam University, Katsina, October 2007, and the proprietor of Dantata Memorial School, Kano, and also is the life patron, Nigeria Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mines, and organizations. By being a patron of several organizations such as Kano Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, National Council of Nigerian Farmers, Nigeria Association of Small Scale Industries, Jama'atu Nasir Islam, Nigeria Aid Group of Jama'atu Nasir Islam, Kano branch, Ahmadu Bello University Business Student Association, Gamji Memorial Club, Bayero University, Kano, the Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors, Honorary Fellow of Nigerian Institute of Public Relations. Dantata has been associated with several
like us that we use doctor for everybody, whether you're a professor or not. So we have a former secretary in the Faculty of Radiology and Chief Medical Director, University of Maiduguri, Professor Ahmad Ahijo. So I should have said Dr. Ahmad Ahijo, but it's professors now. Thank you.
The chairman of the occasion, permit me to stand on the already established protocols. I'm standing here under a privileged one, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, the Executive Governor of Borno State. His Excellency Professor Babagana Umar Zulum to secure. He is a recipient of several national and international honors. As a rector, he still had time to do this lecturer job at the University of Maiduguri for only the university salary. Thus, he has forfeited the Borno State government salary where he works very free to the government. And during this time, Ramat Polytechnic Maiduguri saw unprecedented development during his tenure. Later in 2015, he was made Commissioner of Reconstruction, Rehabilitation, Resettlement, a position he held until 2018 with remarkable achievement despite the insurgency in Borno State. Professor Babagana Umar Zulum was elected as the executive governor of Borno State at the 2019 national election held on March 9, 2019. Since his emergence as the governor of Borno State, Professor Zulum has executed several capital-intensive projects and adopted impactful policies that cut across all sectors of Borno State, aimed at improving the political and economic development of the people of Borno State. On education, he has executed over 194 capital projects. This, when we say 194, it is separate projects like institutions that are constructed up to that number. And that includes the rehabilitation, completion of projects, and fresh constructed 3 capital projects on roads, transport, rural and urban development, 13 projects on agriculture, 59 capital projects on water and environment. He has also implemented 53 capital projects on reconstruction, rehabilitation, and resettlement, which involve more than 6,000 resettlement houses for the IDPs. Similarly, these houses were distributed across 15 towns. 28 capital projects were on jobs creation, youth empowerment, humanitarian support, which include an all-inclusive vocational training centers with 14 workshops for capacity development of 1,500 persons per annum. 15 capital projects on commerce and industry, and 10 capital projects on security. In healthcare, where actually is my primary constituency, he constructed and equipped 37 primary health care centers across Borno State within 2 years. There's a hospital parallel station conference rooms that can really accommodate our own ASCAF. He is also constructing an ultra-modern 400-bed Borno State University teaching hospital and a college of medicine. The construction has gone to advanced stage, and here with us today, the Vice Chancellor of Borno State University Teaching Hospital, Professor Sandabe. Professor Babagana Umar Zulum demonstrated extraordinary courage, forthrightness, focus in delivering essential socio-economy. It requires such a strong personality to put back on track to normal life and development in a people that will have otherwise be condemned into wanton poverty, illiteracy, and untold health disasters. Professor Zulum is a recipient of many professional and leadership awards. including the Niger Republic Second Order of Awards and Fellowship of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and Fellowship of the Nigerian Institute of Agricultural Engineers. With the highest level of fulfillment, join me in standing ovation to present an accomplished academic, an astute administrator, a courageous, honest, focused, dedicated servant leader, man of the people, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umaru Zulum, for Honorary Fellowship Award of the National Postgraduate College. Thank you, sir.
College President, sir. Invite the College President to grant the award.
By the power vested in me as College President, I confer on you, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Fellowship Award of the Standing Contribution. Congratulations once.
Thank you very much, sir. College President, sir. We will now listen to the response by one of the awardees. And the response would come from His Excellency Professor Babagana Umara Zulum. He's joined
810 health facilities were left to provide healthcare services to over 5.8 million estimated population of the state. 51% of which are women. Structured houses across many of the local government areas, 37 primary healthcare centers and 250-bedded maternity healthcare centers were constructed and equipped, in addition to rehabilitation of 8 general and special hospitals, recruitment of 600 medical staff, procurement of medical equipment and drugs to all hospitals across the state, and construction of 84 3-bedroom houses and 4 units of 2-story blocks for allocation to medical personnel in the state, amongst others. To close the gap that existed in the healthcare workforce need of the with excellent and modern diagnostic and curative facilities, the state government began the establishment of Borno State University Teaching Hospital and College of Medicine. When completed and functional, the institution will provide more spaces for medical undergraduates by complementing the existing 150 MBBS slots for the college in the state, special hospital, specialist hospital, and the new 400-bedded Borno State University Teaching Hospital when completed. I'm aware of the health needs of our people, and as such, the government of Borno State, under my distinguished leadership, will continue to pursue a number of policies and strategies.
We have now come to the graduation of the Doctor of Medicine recipients. College President, sir, the person whose names will be called, having satisfied all the requirements approved by Senate of the National, We have some in this hall. They should stand and remain standing. And those that are joining us virtually will be streaming you. Stand and remain standing, please. The representative of the MD Implementation Committee, in person of Dr. Peter Ebegwe, will present the MD awardees. Thank you.
College President, sir, by the authority of the Senate, I present the following fellows who have distinguished themselves in clinical practice, teaching, and research in the fields of medicine and dentistry, and have been awarded the Doctor of Medicine MD degree of our college by the Senate. I request to present either physically or virtually Charles Osalumese, Obiechina Ambrose Emeka, Okoje Victoria Nwebuni, Ogini Adeleke Oke, Oderinu Olabisi Goswill Amechi, Etuku Mana Etiobong Akpan, Adelowo Njideka, Onuigbe Evelyn, Nwoke Dioku Sylvester Chooks, Bello Babawale Taslim, Adebayo Rasak Ayodele, Olokoba Onunu Abel Nze, Odeniyi Ifedayo Adeola, Edo Andrew Efosa, Uloko Andrew Enemako, Ike Samuel Obiajulo, Anolu Rose Ihioma, Aziken Michael Emefile, Adesoji Oludotun, and Kokoola Ademola Alabi.
Thank you very much. Will all the MD recipients recite the pledge with me? I guess we have it. It's been sent to us before. Are we ready? In the firm belief that the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria exists to promote the best practices and traditions of our profession, I solemnly pledge to live and practice in strict accordance with all its principles and regulations. I rededicate myself to the training and mentoring of my junior colleagues with honor, decency, and respect. I will teach them the skills passed on to me. I will care and support them. I rededicate myself to the medical research to seek solutions to health problems in Nigeria. The subjects and participants I will treat with utmost respect and dignity, following dedicate myself to the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria.
I rededicate myself to the National Postgraduate College of Nigeria.
As I receive my degree today, to be a worthy and responsible ambassador,
I pledge to assist in every way
in the effort to advance the cause of the college, its ideals, and the principles for which it was established.
and the principles for which it was established.
So help me God.
So help me God.
By the authority vested in me as college president, I confer on you all Doctor of Medicine degree of the National Postgraduate Medical College, and you may now don your caps. And congratulations.
Fellowship Award, and this will as usual be faculty by faculty. College President, sir. The persons whose names will be called, having satisfied all the requirements contained in the curriculum approved by the Senate of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria, are now qualified to be received as fellows of the
Chukwudi Nnamdi Onyeukwu Margaret, Otegbe Ajibola Uthman, Odochunu Idoonaya, and Ugo Innocent Chidebere.
Thank you very much. You may now have your seat. You take the oath at the end of it. College President, sir. The persons whose names will be called, having satisfied all the requirements contained in the curriculum approved by the Senate of National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria, are now qualified to be received as fellows of the college holding the fellowship in dental surgery. Will all new fellows in the Faculty of Dental Surgery please stand and remain standing? And may I invite the faculty chairman and secretary for Faculty of Dental Surgery to come to us, the rostrum.
College President, sir, by the authority of the Senate, I present the following specialists in dental surgery, who, having satisfactorily completed the postgraduate training in various accredited postgraduate training institutions in the country, and passed the prescribed examination of the college, have been granted the rights and privileges of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria in dental surgery by the Senate. I request you to kindly confer the fellowship on all those who join virtually, by whom I stand proxy.
They are Alalade Olusegun, Anore Emmanuel Ikechukwu, Ashaolu Joseph Femi, Iruwa Alfred Osamide, Ogundele Abdullahi Ademola, Olaopa Olusegun Israel, Salami Yusuf Ajibola.
Thank you very much. We go to the next faculty. College President, sir. The persons whose names will be called, having satisfied all the requirements contained in the curriculum approved by the Senate of National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria, are now qualified to be received as fellows of the college holding the fellowship in family medicine. Will all the fellows in the Faculty of Family Medicine please stand and remain standing? And may I invite the Chairman and Secretary of the Faculty of Family Medicine to present this candidate.
College President, sir. By the authority of the Senate,
the convokees include the following: Abba Godwin Akko, Abdullahi Shuaibu, Abikan Keret Oluseyin, Adams Quinet Ekpo, Adefuye Lukman Adelaja, Adesanya Olufimilola Okpeyemi, Amadu Dangana, Akintola Adedoyin Juliana, Arifalo Oluwafumi Lola, beg your pardon, Oluwafunmi Layo, Sosanwo Bola Joko Modupe, Suleiman Halimat Bolanle Obalowu, Swende Laadi Terumon, Uchemefuna Ibufaro Benedicta, Uchendu Odegwa Ruth, Uko Edidion Emmanuel, Waziri Halima Shadiat, and Wealth Charity Anaibumu. It is presented.
Thank you very much. College President, sir. The persons whose names will be called, having satisfied all the requirements contained in the curriculum approved by the Senate of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria, are now qualified to be received as fellows.
College President, sir.
Chukwu Moses.
Thank you very much, sir. College President, sir. The persons whose names will be called, having satisfied all the requirements contained in the curriculum approved by the Senate of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria, are now qualified to be received as fellows of the college holding the fellowship in obstetrics and gynecology. Will all new fellows in the Chairman and Secretary of Faculty of Obstetrics and Gynecology should please come to present the convocation.
Ghani, who have unsatisfactorily completed the postgraduate training in various accredited postgraduates of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria in obstetrics and gynecology by the Senate. I request you to kindly confer the fellowship on all those who join virtually, for whom I stand proxy.
And the convokees are Abubakar, Omoigafo, Omokudian, David, Omolono, Victor Ayodeji, Onunaku, Iwoma Fidelia, Onoha, Ukaha, Kalu, Ovoba, Emeka, Philip, Ozonu, Nelson, Chukudi, Rabiu, Anas, Funtwa, Rindab, Guakra, Tijani Godwin Atayi, Uche Nwidagu Inkiruka Bridget, Ugu Aloy Okechukwu, Umezurike Benjamin Samuel.
Thank you very much. College President, sir. The persons whose names will be called, having satisfied all the requirements contained in the curriculum approved by the Senate of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria, are now qualified to be received as fellows of the college holding the fellowship in ophthalmology. Will all new fellows in the Faculty of Ophthalmology please stand and remain standing? And will the chairman and secretary of the
Atalawo Mayaki Fumilola Itunu, Odua Tochukwu Peter, Oguntoye Fumilayo Oludolapo, Osho Fumilayo Ometere, Oshoba Henrietta Olubusayo, Ozioko Nnenna Maureen, Sheidu Nasiru, Taiman Panshap Elisha, and Yeye Agba Olabisi Olayemi.
Thank you very much, sir. College President, sir. The persons whose names will be called of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria are now qualified to be received as fellows of the college holding the fellowship in pediatrics. Will all the new fellows in the Faculty of Pediatrics please stand and remain standing to present the convokees.
College President, sir. By the authority of the Senate, I present the following specialists in pediatrics, who having satisfactorily completed the postgraduate training in various accredited postgraduate training institutions in the country and passed the prescribed examinations of the college, having granted the rights and privileges of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria in pediatrics by the Senate.
And the convokees are Ago Grace, Akarele Lilian Omoyemen, Akishende Joyce Anwore, Anachuna Kensele Chidi, Anele Nzelu Uchechukwu Udochukwu, Azubogu Uju Stella, Edward Sylvester Sunday, Emagwe Omadoni Diana, Evimowe Efe, Eyaro Orezo Gene Omamoke Efemena, Gurama Kabiru Ibrahim Nuruddin, Kairi Fatime Otman, Madu Bike Goodlin, Maduka Nonyelum Chika Odile, Mbagu Nkemjika Emmanuel, Musa Aisha Bala, Mustafa Samaha Saleh, Nnoli Chinenye, Nweke Sunday Ogo, Nwigwe Uloma Mariette, Nwoko Samuel Amechi, Nzedoba Chiesonu Difna, Obaji Obinna Victory, Obiora Izuka Chinelo Elizabeth, Ocheke Isaac Ejembi, Okonkwo Ruka, Omolore Ogechukwu Sophia, Onya Jude Tony Onyinyechukwu, Oyegade Olayinka Olubumi, Oyim Elechi Oluchukwu Cecilia, Uda Chidema Adobi, Ugowe Osage Joseph, and Uju Chinenye Mary Queen.
Thank you very much. We go to the Faculty of Pathology. College President, sir. The persons whose names will be called, having satisfied all the requirements contained in the curriculum approved by the Senate of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria, are now qualified to be received as fellows of the college, holding the fellowship in Chairman and Secretary of Faculty of Pathology, to come to present the convokees.
The convokees are Abdullahi Abubakar Sarki, Adeba Toyin David, Oluwafemi,
Villages of National Postgraduate.
They are Abe Odunoye, Ajayi Adeola Olajumoke, Akpiton Adedeji, Bolawale, Henry Babatunde Emmanuel, Ẹ̀sán Olúfẹ́mi Abiodun, Isa Aliu Ahmed, Nnabuchi Jane Egenuonu, Obi Kingsley Nwazueke, Okafo Innocent Okechukwu, Uwong Eda Usokun,
Konde Oluwatosin Murola, Bashir Usman, Charles Romosele Titilope Oyinlola, Chukwu Emmanuel Ikioma, Wonson Dauda, Ipinoma Tope Michael, Keri Matilda Nkechie, Nwadiaru Chinedu Barbara, Oyedun Olayinton Oyekunle, Oyefabi Adeboye Adebayo.
Thank you very much. College President, sir. The persons whose names will be called, having satisfied all the requirements contained in the curriculum approved by the Senate of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria, are now qualified to be received as fellows of the college, holding the fellowship in radiology.
College President, sir, by the authority of the Senate, I present the following specialists in radiology who, having satisfactory institutions in the country and passed the prescribed examinations of the college, have been granted the rights and privileges of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria in radiology by the Senate. I request you to kindly confer the fellowship on all those who join virtually, for whom I stand proxy.
The convokees are Agbaje Muibat Omotayo, Alegi Olukemi Abike, Mustafa Mohammed, Nwafo Ariel Ugochukwu, Obirija Samson Emeka, Okona Charles, Oluchukwu. Oyekunle Dotun Oluwaseun and Uzuchukwu Ifeanyi Olisa. Okoro Uchenna Samuel. Thank you.
Collect President, sir, by the authority of the Senate, I present the following specialists in orthopedics who, having satisfactorily completed the postgraduate training in various accredited, have been granted the rights and privileges of the National Postgraduate Medical Finally confer the fellowship on all those who have joined virtually, for whom I stand proxy.
The convokees are Idowu Olugbenga, Ifeanyi Sunday.
Thank you very much, sir. Will all newly admitted college fellows across all the 15 faculties please stand and recite the college pledge together? I think we should omit all of them. In the firm belief that the and traditions of our profession, I solemnly pledge to live and practice in strict accordance with all its principles and regulations, to place the welfare of my patients above, to render in respect of this, through continuing education and association with specialists of eminence. Finally, I pledge to cooperate in every way in the effort to advance the cause of the college, its ideals, so help me God.
By the authority vested in me as College President of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Fellows, you may now adorn your cap.
comparable to the fellowship of the college, having further distinguished themselves in practice, teaching, and research in the field of emergency medicine, have been approved by the Senate for the award of fellowship of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria in emergency medicine, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. We're now moving to the prize awards and winners for year 2021. Through the benevolence of well-meaning friends of the college, a number of prizes have been endowed in order to motivate our resident doctors to achieve excellence. The college acknowledges follow their good examples. College President, sir, I present the prize winners for this year in various faculties. I request you to kindly approve the award for present. One faculty of clinical part 1 FMCP examination, Emoka Afoma Pamela. Faculty of ophthalmology, Dr. J.O. Chika Njide Kaifese. Dr. B.G.K. Ajayi Prize for the best candidate in MCQ part 1 FMC Opt examination, Iyam Justina Egwa. Dr. SNN Nwosu Prize for the best candidate in clinical part 1 FMC Opt examination, Rachel Onye Kaenebe. Shoniga Prize for the best part 2 candidate in clinical radiology. Faculty of Pediatrics, Anene Nzelu Uchechukwu Udochukwu Abigail. Faculty of Pathology, Dr. Alexander Eyimofeboyo Prize for the best part 1 candidate FMC part examination, Chemical Pathology. Victor C. Wakwe Prize for the best part 2 candidate in Chemical Pathology in FMC part examination, Baate Fateri. M.A. Durosimi Prize for the best candidate in part 1 FMC part examination, Aboluwani Fumilayo Abimbola. Professor Abba Sago Prize for the best candidate in part 2 FMC part examination in hematology and blood transfusion, Amuta Raphael Chukuma. Professor Tolu Odugbemi Prize for the best candidate in medical microbiology in part 2 FMC part examination, Obadari.
Wata rana suna gushewa, zuciya ki fadawa masoya su rike aman gadon sarki da na ban kwana.
We want to sincere treasurer and the registrar for all the efforts put in place to ensure a successful Senate who were part of this, the deputy registrars, the IT support for the virtual component of the convocation. We are grateful also for the participation of the MD, the press, and the members of the security details who have helped us to ensure a hitch-free meeting. The only announcement that we have is that we have packed.
May I invite, College President, sir, may I invite the President to declare the convocation closed.
I declare the convocation closed.
Thank you.